This is a TAG Heuer Monaco, and it's one of the most iconic chronographs of all time. It's iconic, it's bold, but is it wearable? I spent a week with this watch, and in this video I will share my thoughts with you. In this video I will tell you what you need to consider before buying this watch, because it is a super cool watch, but it's not for everyone. Now, as you probably can see, this is not a regular Monaco. What I have for you today is a limited edition. But essentially it's the same well-known Monaco, only with different dial colors, and a vintage race car logo between 1 and 2 o'clock. This model was created to celebrate the TAG Heuer and the Grand Prix Historique de Monaco partnership, and only 1000 pieces were made. I actually like this red and silver sunray dial very much, and if you find the regular blue Monaco boring, this is a more unique and interesting model. But with TAG Heuer Monaco you should know what you're getting yourself into. It's a beast of a watch. This watch was generously lended me by Ren from Wrist Co. Thanks to him I can have my hands on many great watches from Patek to Grand Seiko. As a thank you, please give Wrist Co. a follow on Instagram. Now I will remove my Aquaracer and I will put on this TAG Heuer Monaco. And that's a pretty large watch. For the future reference I have a 17 cm wrist. So let's get into it. Let's start with the main specs of the watch. Please note that with this watch dimensions don't tell the whole story. The case size is 39 mm, but don't let the case diameter fool you because it's a hefty beast. I had an experience with a regular Monaco before, and time spent with this watch confirmed my old memory of the watch. It is pretty large watch. It wears like a very large watch. I would say close to 43 mm. It's a 15.2 mm thick. It's a very thick watch. It looks thick and it wears thick. The lug size is 22 mm. The watch comes with 100 meters of water resistance. It's nice to have that kind of water resistance, but with no screwed on crown and chronograph pushers, I am not sure I would be comfortable exposing this watch to water activities. The case is a combination of brushed and polished part, and it's made very well. The dial has applied markers and hours dots with no lume. The lume is only on hours and minutes hands. The crystal deserves the attention. It's a curved sapphire crystal that sits pretty high above the case with its sharp edges. I was wearing this watch very carefully because I fear that it's very easy to bang it against anything. It sits very high on my wrist and I'm afraid that it would be very easy to damage that raised crystal. There is also a cool thing with the crystal to note. It's curved and at the same time it's kinda deep in the center. It gives you a feeling of a vintage plexiglass crystal. The chronograph performance is very nice. The pushers are firm and snappy. The movement has hacking seconds. When you pull out the crown, the movement stops. It is a TAG Heuer caliber 02 automatic chronograph movement with column wheel and an impressive 80 hours of power reserve. It has two boxed red chronograph sub-registers and a small regular seconds hand at 6 o'clock. You can enjoy the look of the movement through the sapphire back case with a Monaco Grand Prix logo on it. I would say that the movement with the red column wheel and a black rotor is quite a good looking one. On a side note, it's worth mentioning that TAG Heuer was one of the first companies to create an automatic chronograph movement. It was done in a collaboration with specialists from Heuer, Breitling, Hamilton Buren and Dubois de Prix. This Monaco model comes on a perforated leather strap designed for drivers. The signed TAG Heuer folding clasp doesn't have any holes for a buckle. It is a different system used here. Take a look. So how does the watch wear? It all comes down to your personal preferences. If you like larger watches, you may have no problem wearing this large piece. For smaller wrists, it may be a challenge. It wears as a chunky brick on a wrist. You basically have a concrete block on your wrist. But it's actually a pretty cool watch. You just need to be able to pull it off. It's hard for me because I'm mostly into smaller watches and it's quite large for me. It's not only because of the size, but because of the thickness also. The watch is very thick. Saying that, I think it won't be a problem for me to sport this watch, but it definitely wouldn't be my everyday timepiece. If you are thinking about buying TAG Heuer Monaco, I would strongly suggest to check it out in the metal before making a move. So here are my thoughts about this TAG Heuer Monaco limited edition, and now let me know your thoughts about this watch, especially if you have a long-term experience with the TAG Heuer Monaco. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, I will see you next time, bye now and take care.